Hi guys, am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
यार पीछे का ब्लर कैसे करते हैं भाई? म्यूट, स्पॉटलाइट, बैकग्राउंड इफेक्ट, ब्लर। ओके सो मैं एंट्री दूं। टोटल 7 पीपल इन द रूम।
हाँ ठीक है, 11 बजे का टाइम है। वहां पे जाने के बाद 1 मिनट वेट करवा देना, बट यस आई थिंक यू शुड बी ऑन टाइम।
Let's wait for others.
ठीक है, सारे लोग अपना वीडियो अपना ऑफ कर लो। आई एम जस्ट गिविंग देम स्पॉट और लेट लाइट, एडजस्ट लो लाइट। ये भी कर देगा। तो ये कैसे बता दो? आई हैव ग्रीन स्क्रीन लाइट। हाँ, ब्लर हो गया। गुड है। ओके, मैं एंट्री दे रहा हूँ लोगों को। बाय बाय। श्याम
I'm here.
रेडी ना? श्याम सुंदर, सॉरी श्याम मिश्रा। मिश्रा जी, यू आर नॉट ऑडिबल। Okay, giving the entry right pass to everyone. So yeah, hi everyone. Good morning to one and all, and we will just start the session right in a next 2 minutes, please. Thank you so much.
Hello. So yeah, hi everyone. Good morning to one and all. This is Ed Chirdia on the behalf of this COP HR. I'd like to welcome you all in this session of success and planning. Absolutely, we have given right the title that is Talk Show HR. So before the post moving forward, I request anyone right, Shyam, can you just confirm me I'm audible, please?
Yeah, you
Wonderful.
are audible to us.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you so much. So quickly, just before starting, right, this sessions, absolutely, of course, I'd like to just replay, right, one of the video. And there are certain reason behind the same. The person, right, who was, evidence of this talk show, especially, of course, on the occasion of Sunday, absolutely, it is a week of day. But of course, those people who are, the part of the session, that is signifying that they are a great learner. And especially those who are a great learner, no doubt about that, they are on the way to become a great leader. Great leaders are the great learner. So this is actually, I strongly believe in this theory. So thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for your, showing your such a wonderful, the learning agility, especially on this particular topic. So let's begin the show. Before the post showing, before moving, playing right this video, I request once again, Syam, can you please confirm right this video is audible or not? Getting the audio?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Actually, video is not audible. If you can just check it out.
Oh, just a minute, please. I'm also using the MS Teams. So still audio is not coming.
It is not audible to us.
Okay. No video. Perfect. No issue. So just actually, I was trying to share right one of my ideology that of course the people right who are who are a great leader, absolutely they have to be the great learner as well. So on this track, thank you so much once again, ladies and gentlemen. I request everyone, can you just please on your camera, please be on camera, please. Before moving forward, I request everyone, please be on camera, and always please be active right in the chat box. Hope I'm audible.
Yes, you are audible. Right now, you are not audible.
Hello.
Yeah, it is now.
Can you please be on camera, everyone, please? Oh, great. Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Swami. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Tina. Thank you so much, Shyam. Okay. Still, I think many more, of course, they have to judge, on camera. No issue. Actually, today is Sunday, so most of the people, I do believe that, of course, the people, they may join right, okay, from the home. So no doubt about it. please be comfortable and enjoy the show of very wonderful session that's known as succession planning. So before, of course, moving forward, I'd like just to give you certainly a brief about this, the topic and this, the talk show as well. When we talk about this talk show, absolutely, ladies and gentlemen, we have designed one of our, the model that this is known as COP, that is a community of professionals. When we talk about community of professionals, we have created one of our professionals of HR. And this is mentored by, of course, certain, the key esteemed, of course, I could say the prolific leaders of the corporate, like Arvind Srivastava, he's a group CHRO from Akums Drug Pharma. Ms. Mansi Das, she is a VP HR from Krishna Maruti. Mr. Jagat Dangi, he's a AVP HR from Birla Technology. And as well as Mr. Pravesh Kumar, he is also CHRO from Vikas Group. Now, with these visions of these all the COPs mentors, actually we are the one, of course, we always try to help out and support, especially of course in the fraternity of HR. And this is basically the objective of our COP HR, to serve in our HR fraternity, because whatever actually we are, absolutely we all are from the HR. So absolutely, it is also our key responsibility to serve for our fraternity as well. So with that ideology, of course, we have formulated this kinds of the approach, and I do believe that every people, of course, who are the evidence of the show, no doubt, we will of course learn from each other, because I strongly believe in one of a dogma which is shared by Dalai Lama, that he said that whatever actually we speak, we just repeat whatever actually we know. जो हम जानते हैं, सिर्फ हम उसी को हम repeat करते हैं the time actually we speak. But when we learn something, absolutely, while learning something, anything, absolutely, we have to be, of course, active listeners. So this is the dogma of Dalai Lama. So with that ideology, of course, I must appreciate, of course, our technology partner, Cosent, as well as powered by Trainer Wings and co-partner PCS, that is People Consulting. Now, moving forward, who is the speaker and moderator of the show? So I, of course, I'm a moderator of the show, and as well as, of course, we have invited Mr. Shyam Mishra from Wonder Cement. He's leading the talent management and OD in Wonder Cement. So thank you so much, Mr. Shyam, for being a part of these sessions and to share your ideology on this auspicious topic, that is succession planning. Ladies and gentlemen, when we talk about succession planning, this is I could say, of course, not a strange topic. But when we talk about, of course, in India, I was just recently seeing one of our, the PwC report, where actually we found that across the world, there is a huge scarcity of the right talent. When we talk about the right talent, absolutely right fit talent. So on the global level, we are finding 75%, huge scarcity of talent, where India, if I talk about out of this, we are having 81% scarcity of the right talent. Now, when we talk about, of course, HR, whenever actually we use a word of talent, absolutely it is completely, so most of the, leaders, business leader, they always have, of course, having one of a paradigm mindset that, of course, this is completely related to HR, because they are the whole and sole responsible to build the talent. No doubt, some organization, they are, of course, following one of our approach that is called, of course, farming the talent. Some of the organization, they are following fishing the talent. When we talk about the fishing the talent, no doubt, actually we are just buying the talent from the market. When we talk about the farming talent in the organizations, this is one of the wonderful approach through which actually we nurture the potential of the people within the organizations. And one of the best example, my dear, we as HR, we have to, of course, we are the best. We are the one, of course. How can we forget about the COVID pandemic? At the time of COVID pandemic, no doubt, several companies have lost several, the key leaders. So when we talk about the key leaders, those people either were, handling the, either critical positions or they were the critical resource. So no doubt about that. On an ad hoc basis, it was very difficult, right, to fill that critical positions or against the critical resource. And with that ideology, no doubt about that. Today we are here to understand how to create a pipeline of the talent in respect to achieving the the objectives, that is succession planning. So before, of course, moving forward, of course, I'd like to just see, right, everyone. Of course, again, of course, I confirm. I would like to just confirm. Just hold on, please. I think some people, they are also in the waiting hall. Just a minute, please. Yeah, wonderful. Super. So yes, so with this topic now, of course, let us start. When we talk about, of course, HR, ladies and gentlemen, when we talk about the HR, no doubt every people we do follow, we need to follow, okay, like that is known as 80-20 principles. And mainly actually what actually we do, and we can apply these principles right in our recruitment, we can apply this principle right in the talent management, we can apply this principle right in the reward and recognition, compensation planning, and so on. So with this approach, today actually we will just highly focus on only talent management. When we talk about, of course, talent management, here actually, I'm not emphasizing more and more on the 80-20 principle, because I do personally believe that every people, right, who are carrying certain, the experience in the corporate world, absolutely, we are quite acquainted with this terminology which is given by Pareto. He was an Italian, economist. So now look forward how actually it's look like about the talent management. When we talk about the talent management, you talked about that it is having a philosophy, right, to create the meritocracy, the pool of talent. And how it could be possible? Absolutely through a certain strategy, and that is called an identification of the right talent, then of course developing the talent, then deploying the talent, and so on. So look forward, right, to understand in detail further. But before, of course, jumping on that, on that particular topic, I'd like to just show one of our illustrations. Most of the company, okay, we always, of course, having such a bank of data. Like for here actually I've just given one of example. Like take example like you are having band 1, band 2, band 3, band 4, or level 1, level 2, level 3, in respect to, of course, clubbing, okay, of the designation and all. As soon as, of course, the people they grow right in the organizations, absolutely they are the head, they are the brain of the organization, who are the key drivers. But no doubt about that, their age is also a major constraint in respect to their retirement. When we talk about, of course, retirement, the people, right, who are just going to retire in the coming couple of 5 years, 10 years, or 3 years, how actually our bench of pool of bench of strength is ready to take up that roles. So this is also one of a significant area every HR people they must look for. So most of the people they always ask about that of what is the time range, right, and who could be the right resource, right, a critical resource to whom actually we may identify, and so on. No doubt we will try to understand in detail today by our esteemed speaker who is leading this vertical right in the Wonders event. So before that, commitment formed, whatever the culture of the succession planning, if you want to implement, no doubt about that, we as a leader, okay, in the organizations, of course, along with, of course, the HR should also work along with, as a partner, right, with the business key leaders as well, to build a culture of these three principles. Like one is talent identification, second is talent development, and third one is talent deployment. Through this strategy, we can build a culture of the pool, culture of talent pool. Now, cool. So see what is talent identification when we talk about. So it is, of course, no doubt it is an ongoing process through which actually and we should follow right one of a systematic approach. And this is a continuous process. And most of the organizations, of course, they are they're doing some I could say judgmental methods, or of course as per the gut feeling. Of course they identify that, of course, this fellow, of course, he is having such a huge potential and all. No doubt about it. We will also try to understand what's a scientific tool we do apply for identifying the talent. Then, of course, talking about the talent development, no doubt, of course, we are having several technique actually we know. Okay, so I'm not talking about the training. I'm talking, of course, beyond the training. Okay, so third one, of course, that is called deployment of the deployment of the talent. See, most of the company in India, if I talk about a struggling right in respect to, of course, talent retention. So in this succession planning, or of course deployment, of course identification of the talent, development of the talent, and deployment of the talent, ultimately, of course, that will contribute in respect to increasing the retention rate of our organizations. Because as I stated at the beginning, India is having a huge scarcity, around 81% of the right talent. So no doubt about that. If we won't give them platform, no doubt other companies are ready to just take it. So with this approach, I'd like to just invite with a huge round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, none other than Mr. Shyam Mishra. He's a leading of L&D, talent management, and OD at Wonder Cement. Over to you, Mr. Shyam. Thank you so much for accepting our invitations and sharing your ideology. So we all are curious to understand your approach, how actually Wonder Cement, because they are also applying so and so principles. And apart from that, what is your expertise and and experience so far on this particular topic? How actually global level they are using the tools and techniques and so on. So over to you, please. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Vidya. That was really nice understanding regarding what is the succession planning, how to develop the leaders, what is the strategy we just need to be followed, how we can do the talent development in the organization. What is the succession planning scenario in the current HR roles? So, what is the importance of that? What is the quality we just need to be followed for succession planning? Why it is required? It was really a fantastic understanding for everyone that everybody needs to understand that why it is required, because whatever you said, that at the time of corona a lot of people have been said seen the bad days. So at that time we find it out that a lot of leaders have we missed out from the HR fraternity. Definitely that was a really loss of the HR fraternity. And so this is really important for HR function. This also a critical things to understand for every HR fraternity, every HR leaders, every HR person should have understand why it is required in the organization, and how it can be a successful success in planning in the organization. How to what type of the strategy we just need to be followed for a best success and planning in the organization. So there are a lot of strategy. First, as per the screen, whichever is visible to all of you, I just have seen that agenda. What is the agenda behind the success and planning strategy? We just need to be find it out that what is the objective of that. What is the core objective of the success and planning? That is an important question, and everybody should have to understand that what is the objective of success and planning. Because without any objective, you cannot do anything in the organization. Objectives should be behind on all the things whichever you just wanted to do and implement or design or anything in the organization you just wanted to do. So what is the universal process? This is also an important thing, because without any universal process concept, your concept should be clear. Because if your concept is not clear, you cannot go beyond. Because if just like in an example, if we are far from our target, if we are continuously not focusing, not approach is not appropriate, that should be not you cannot achieve your goal. That is an important you just need to be understand that you cannot achieve your goal without any strategy, without any design process, and any discipline. Lot of things is required to achieve your goals. So you need to be followed universal process. What is the universal process? This is need to be understood for everyone, that for the success and planning. And third one is the position identification. This is the first step to start any success and planning in the organization. Because why you just wanted to do, to develop the leaders, but for what position you need to be developed. So position identification is really a big task for the organization, and everybody should have to be understood, because we cannot do the succession planning for all the positions, because a lot of position in the organization from top to bottom. If we talk about from vice chairman or MD to down the word, if we find it out the top housekeeping office boy. So a lot of position under this parameters, under this umbrella of the organization, but we cannot do the succession planning for all each and every position. This is not an appropriate thing, because that's why we just need to be find it out what is the position which are required the succession planning. What are the critical position of us? That is a major question. If that is not a critical, succession planning strategy cannot be go beyond whatever organization want. No? So first need to be understand what is the critical position and how leadership assessment, because a lot of leaders, lot of employees are working in the organization, but HR should have to be find it out leadership assessment. If we cannot assess the leaders in the organization, we cannot do the succession planning. This is an important question. Identification of the leader is a definitely fantastic understanding should be for each and every HR person. we need to be find it out who are the leaders, actual leaders in the organization, because a lot of biasism, a lot of favoritism in the organization right now, we all are facing in the current scenario. So if we talk about leadership assessment, then gap areas, if we find it out, that's a fantastic that we found leaders in the organization. What is the next? Next is the gap areas in development plan. Without any gap areas, you cannot create a development plan for them. So this is also an important gap areas should be identified by the HR person and follow the guidelines whichever from the succession planning. Development plan will be go from some parameters will be discussed in the next slides. So definitely this was identification of the gap areas and development plan should be for each and every leaders. Then comes on trial runs and monitor performance, because if we are creating any development plan for each anyone, this is required also the monitoring of the performance, because without monitoring of that, this cannot be a succession planning. Everybody should have to be understand that if we are going to create a development plan for them, monitoring their performance at the time of trial runs, at the time of development plan, they are finding any coaching, mentoring, anything, whatever our leaders are doing in the organization for the next position and the succession planning roles, so they need to be monitored by the HR function. This is also really an important thing. So move on the next slide. Hridaya, can you just yes. So this was the objective. What we just wanted to discuss. That first is the ensure leadership continuity. Leadership continuity is a major concern for each and every organization, because uh, attrition in the organization right now having in a lot of organizations. So we need to be understand if leadership will not be continuity in the roles in the organization, that will always a major concern. So this will be ensure the leadership continuity. Second, align with strategic goals, whatever goals of the organization, that should be understood by the each and every leaders, and this will align the strategic goals of the organization with the strategy of leaders, how to move on to achieve the goals which has been decided by the organization, what are the concept, what are the core values of the organization, a lot of things under this umbrella. Next one is the enhanced competitiveness. That is competitiveness by having strong leadership pipeline. We need to be create a strong leadership pipeline in the organization. That is always a major thing in the organization. We need to be make leaders. We need to be create a lot of potential identified leaders in the organization. We have to be create talent pool for them. A lot of things we need to be find it out when we are going to do the succession planning. So then moving forward, enhance organizational knowledge. Definitely, organizational knowledge is always an important part for each and every leaders and everybody. And this is a transfer of critical knowledge. Whatever the critical knowledge, skills, whatever our critical roles or positions have, they should have to be passed out to their subordinates who are the who have been identified as a successor of them. That is also an important thing. Knowledge transfer, knowledge sharing sessions, skills, from experienced leadership. You know? So that is also important for creating leaders in the organization to do the succession planning. That is an objective. Support operational efficiency, that is also an important that support operational efficiency, that is an improve operational efficiency by having well prepared leaders who can make informed decision and drive the organizational forward. So this will also support definitely at the time of any hurdles, any downfall. This will help to stand the organization in the market, competitiveness definitely. So this is also an objective of succession planning, that we need to be find it out that critical position have always a successor under this umbrella. So moving forward with the next slide, if yes, that is the methodology which we need to use it. Identify a role for succession planning. So roles should be identified. That was starting what we were discussing. Build 9 box model, filter high potential, identification of possible successor, identification of the gaps, prepare a development plan, retain. That is a strategy from top to bottom. What we want to do, what we have planned, how we are going to do it. That is a methodology for the succession planning. It is an important to follow all the parts, all the steps. Moving forward with the methodology, if we find it out, all the parameters are okay. Then critical position identification criteria. What about the criteria we need to be find it out for the critical position? Okay, so there are some certain criteria. Identification. This is in a process for identification of the key positions. Critical roles determine which roles is essential for the organization. This is the first step. First step for the success and planning to identify the key position in the organization. If we are going to find it out, whatever the key position in the organization we have, we can do the right things to identify the potential successor against that. So this identified of the roles, whatever the roles are critical, that can be HOD's role, that can be lead's role, that can be different type of the niche skills. If anybody has required, anybody role had required, that will be the critical role. We will be discussing in the next slide. But definitely, identification of the key position is the first step of the succession planning. Second, identification of the potential successor who can be fit out for the critical position that will be go for potential successor identification in the organization. If we have not any potential successor, that will not be then we cannot move forward for the succession planning if we don't have any successor in the organization. So identification of the successor is also a critical part. This is the second step. Then moving forward for the development plan for them. What about the development plan we can create for our successors? How we can plan to develop them? There are a lot of things we will be discussing in the next slide. Whatever the coaching, mentoring, trainings, a lot of things we can create for developing their potential, developing their performance in the area of improvement. Whatever they want to whatever they want to hand the particular next role, identified critical role, they have required a lot of performance and potential improvement in their particular roles right now. So moving forward from the developing plan, that is the defined process. What is the next? That mentoring and coaching, that is also important. Whatever we were discussing, mentoring from their leaders, mentoring from some key persons in the organization. Apart from the organization, is also important for them because they are currently working as in a lead position or currently in their particular profile, but they have required to take up the charge of the next role. That is required different type of the skills, different type of the knowledge, different type of the potential, different type of the things. Definitely that can be have a different type of the things, but they need to be developed through the mentoring and coaching. Second, that is in performance monitoring. After, if we find it out that mentoring and coaching are successfully running in the organization for them, identified successors, the next is the performance monitoring and feedback. Because without monitoring, that cannot be a process. We cannot find it out that process is going on or not going on. That cannot be success of the organization. That cannot be success of the success in planning or HR department as well. So performance monitoring and feedback is also an important part for the success and planning because regular reviews are always required for them. We cannot get them free. Whatever they want to do, they are doing there. A lot of things we need to be understand. Their performance monitoring is also an important part. Their regular review should be there. Feedback mechanism should be there. Whatever the feedback we are providing to the identified successor, that is also an important part. Then moving forward for the trials runs and temporary assignments. So for trial runs, this is also an important part for the success and planning. This is the next step. And trial runs related with next role. So whatever role have been identified for that identified successor, that will be go for the trials of them. Particular temporary assignment we can provide to them something just like job rotations, acting assignments, just like they give them a particular assignment to do the task and particular timeline should be there. We need to be monitor all the performance of them for that identified assignment. So this is an also important step for the succession planning and moving forward implementation and execution. If the position is vacant in the organization, so plan activation should be there with us, that our successors are ready, so we can find it out. They are okay for the next role. So there should not be any hurdles in the organization that if any critical position are not a part of the organization, our successors are ready every time 24 into 7. So plan activation when a key position become vacant. Implementation of the succession plan should ensure a smooth transition, because we should have to be prepared plan, that is in a backup plan we should have, organization should have, because critical position cannot be any organization suffer. So ongoing support give employees opportunity to temporarily fill key positions to gain hands-on experience. This is an also part ongoing support are is required for the from the side of that identified successors. Okay, so moving forward with the next slide, that is the critical position identification. I think that is in a part where how we can find it out the critical position. Critical position identification have different type of the roles. We need to be find it out the roles of the organization, 10, 15, 100, 20, 200, what type of the positions we have. We can have a particular criteria or CFTT members to identify on that particular parameters. We should have to be mark it out if that positions are priority. First, we need to be think over this. If the role is likely to be vacant very soon, just like a generated retirement, just like if anybody have been resigned in the organization, that is a priority. On the basis of the priority, we need to find it out what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and what ratings we have required. Second is the consequences that high impact on the business. Definitely, most of the position in the organizations have very fantastic high impact on the organization business. That is all organizations have to be depend on some particular position. They are very critical. They have really a high impact on the business, or how our business will be grow if they will be vacant. So we need to be find it out that are high impact on the business, yes or no, just like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if strongly agreed regarding with same, 5 ratings should be there. Okay, next is the specialist role required. What type of the role required is in this skills, just like in the knowledge, skills wise, any particular criteria, whatever roles have required, what type of the knowledge, education, anything this role is required, that can be also the critical role. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 will be identified for each and every role for the specialist as well. Then moving forward for the fourth is internal. Just like no internal candidates are right now ready for that particular critical role, that will be also an important part. If nobody is ready, that is required to do the succession planning for that particular role. So this is really to identify. This is really important to identify that internal successor, internal persons are not available in the organization. That position can be critical for you. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the 5 parameters, 5 steps, 5 ratings. We need to be find it out. That is the internal readiness or not. Then external availability. External availability, if we find it out that market have crashes for that particular role or skills or whatever in the market, we have not sufficient candidates in the market. So this is also an important role for us. Each and every organization have we find it out. That is a critical role for us. If we have not a lot of candidates from the market, or we cannot find it out easily, that is critical for us. So on the basis of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ratings for each and every steps what we have, we can find it out that is the position is critical for the organization, yes or no. If that is yes, that is yes, star marked in the next column. Just like as an example, out of 100 or 200, we can find it out max to max 20 to 25 positions for the organizations are definitely can be the critical position. So on the particular critical position, we cannot do the succession planning for each and every 200 positions. We need to find it out only for the critical positions, only for the leadership roles. We can find it out that successor should be ready. Succession planning is for only critical position. So next, moving forward for the critical position, that is readiness plan. What is the readiness plan of us? That should be over here. First is talent ready? Currently, we need to find it out. Our talent, what we have from the 9 box or internal data bank, internal talent pool, whatever we have, we need to find it out. Is talent ready? Yes or no? So first is talent ready. Second step, they can be developed in 2 to 3 years. Third is the more than 3 years is required for the talent. So if talent is ready, yes, then most another question will become from there. Vertical or horizontal? If department don't have to find the next position for this talent pool, we need to find it out the vertically, we need to be think or horizontally. If no scope in the within the department, we need to be think horizontally. Just like as an example, if logistics person can be moved for the store department, any production person can be moved in the maintenance department, any purchase person can move in the logistic department. What we need to be think, if not vertically, can horizontally, yes or no? So provide an opportunity to perform in the other departments as well. This can be also successor. That can be also successor for that particular roles apart from the particular department. So moving forward from the talent identification vertically or horizontally, we need to be think what is the plan for them. Then we need to be think is talent ready? So readiness can be on the 3 parameters. Currently they are ready. 2 to 3 years they have required the ready, and more than 3 years required the ready. So 3 parameters we need to be find it out for talent identification, talent for the next role, successor or talent pool, whatever we have. We need to be think horizontally or vertically how we can move, how can provide them the opportunity to perform in the next role, how we can map them as a successor of the next. Okay, so moving forward with the next slide. Leadership potential identification. Definitely. Potential identification is the major concern for the organization right now. As the current scenario, this is also always a major concern for the organization, how to identify the potential. Because a lot of persons thinks competency is the potential, but competency have required different type of the skills. Uh, and potential have required different type of the things under this umbrella. So potential cannot be identified as a competency. Competency is different and potential is the difference. So we need to be think leadership potential identification. What are the methods we can use? Their psychometric test, their BI questionnaire, we can find it out to identify their potential. Their muscle metal test can be there. DSC, Development Assessment Center, we can help them to identify the potential of the successor. And what are the behavioral indicators identified through the BEI questionnaire? We can find it out they have the potential for the next role or not. Their creativity, influencing, resilience, leadership skills, a lot of things. What is the ability of them? So this will be identified the potential of them. That is always a particular major concern for any organization. That potential identification, their performance identification and potential identification on the both parameters, we can find it out our talent is ready or not. Okay, so mapping to the successors after identification of the potential will be best idea to do the succession planning on the next step. Okay, so moving forward with the next slide, the assessment, gap identification for the development. So gap identification of the development is the definitely what type of the gaps they have. After find out the potential and performance, we need to be think what are the gap they have, which are required to develop. So, as a part of ongoing efforts of the developing our leaders, ensuring a robust succession planning, it is crucial that we currently identify the address any gap in both technical and behavioral skills among our potential successors. So, technical skill assessment and behavioral skill assessment, that is an important. We will employ effective assessment method including technical tests, project simulations, and case studies to evaluate their technical skill assessments. And behavioral, also, we can have their skill assessment. Effective leaders, we will use the tools such as feedback from cross functional managers, personality assessment, and stimulation assessment tests. These assessments will provide valuable insight into areas such as communication, teamwork, decision making, and emotional intelligence as well. So these are the assessment gap areas assessment we need to be find it out for the development plan of them. Without any gap areas, we cannot create a development plan for them. So moving forward, after identification of the gap, we what we need to do for the succession planning is the next slide we will be discuss. Okay, so gap assessment, talent pool. Okay, okay. So what we need to be find it out for the talent pool that what people know, knowledge, experience, competency, and personal attributes. So first, we need to find it out what people know currently and what people have done, who people are, and what people can do. These are the four parameters we can find it out the gaps. Talent outcomes will be uh, will be for a lot of things which is required. That's a retention is required, productivity is required, engagement is required for the leadership effectiveness, leadership potential. That will be the outcomes of the talent what we have. And through the succession planning, it is easy to find it out. Our leaders are efficient to do the task on time, they are aligned with the goals of the organization, what is the approach we need to be followed. Our talent is ready for the next role. We cannot go in a hurry, or we cannot find it out any problems for any organization if any critical roles are vacant. Okay, so moving forward to identification of the gap assessment from the talent pool, we need to be think from the next slide. Can you just move on? Yes, this is the 70-20-10 principle. We need to be find it out for a development plan for that. Uh, can you click once again, please? Okay, so these are the certain parameters which are required to create a development plan for them. That what we need to do, we need to do the 70-20-10 principle using for their development plan. 70% should be based on some job rotations, some project based assignments, and shadowing of them, action learning and problem solving assignments for them. A lot of things we can do in 70%. Apart from 20% will be learning through the coaching, mentoring, knowledge sharing sessions, mentoring of them, communication practices. A lot of things we can find it out through the 70-20-10. And apart from 10 is the particular things which is required the training part, which is which can be fulfilled through the trainings that works. So webinars, classroom trainings, e-learning portals, whatever we have, we can use to develop them within the 10. So 10, 20, and 70 is the principle to create a development plan for the successors. We can use this method. This can be help them out throughout the year or whatever the plan we have to help them to for the next role. That will be help them out to develop their potential, to develop their performance in their current and for the next role as well. Thank you. Moving forward with the next slide is a development approach, what we have already discussed. Then the development plan for the successors, technical skills trainings. With whatever we have, we need to be think it out. We need to be think that we are doing the succession planning only for the leaders. Leaders leaders don't have they don't have required any technical, just like if production head, if we have, so production head is not required the motor and winding and any particular small to small role. They have required some technical skills that can be required for a leader, just like in an industry specific knowledge. They should have to be understand. This is not required for the particular parameters, whatever the parameter that is from the starting, because uh, leaders always focus for the next and the business impact position they should have, and industry specific knowledge is required for each and every leaders. If they are taking up the next role for as a critical role of the organization, that will be always an impact for the organization. They should have the knowledge of particular what is the trends and technology are using in the market, product service knowledge. So they should have to be understand what type of the technical trainings they will have, technology advancement, regulatory changes, what type of the products or services are using in the market in current scenario, what type of the benefits, a lot of things they just need to be understand. Second technical skills they have required is the financial acumen, is that budgeting and forecasting they should have to be understand. They can find it out, techniques for budgeting, financial forecasting, and variance analysis. They should have understand and can deeply analysis our financial balance sheet. They should have understand what is the EBITDA and how it is, how we can improve this EBITDA for the organization. They should have particular knowledge for that. What is the financial statements of the organization, they should have to be understand. They should find it out. And income statement, they should aware about this income statement of the organization, cash flow statement, that type of the technical skills they have required in that particular role. Then project management. Project management is required for each and every leadership role, because project planning, resource allocation, and risk management, all on the three parameters, they should have to be planned for next project or for the organization. Project for that particular role, project for that particular department, project for that particular organization where they are working. So skills creating detailed project plans, setting objectives, define milestones for the project planning, efficient allocation and management of source to meet project goals. That's also important. Identification of assessing and mitigation risk aside with projects associated with project. That is also important to find out the risk management under that particular projects what we have our organization have. Then data analytics is a part for each and every leaders. They should have understood that data analytics, inspirations, and business intelligence tool. They should have understand what type of the Power BI tools, what type of the Excel, what type of the Tableau. Uh, they should have understand intelligence tool for the business, and predictive analysis using data models to forecast future trends and outcomes. That is an also important. Data analytics should be a best part for every leaders in the organization. So, technology and digital transformation, because technology and digital transformation is always a major area for the technical development, technical skills trainings is required whenever we want. So, technology and digital transformation is always required for every leaders. So this digital tools, training on use of the digital tools and platform relevant to the industry is here or not. We should understand. So cyber security, whatever the understanding principle of the cyber security and the data protection should be understood for each and every leaders. And moving forward with that, after the technical trainings, we should have understand what are the behavioral skills they have required, behavioral training, what are the soft skills trainings they have required. So leadership and management. Leadership styles, just like is an understanding different leadership style and when to apply them. Then team building. Team building is always a part of the leaders to create a team, to build up a team, monitoring the team, and help them out as a leader. techniques for building cohesive and high performing teams in that particular area. Conflict resolution is always a major concern in current scenario for each, and most of the leaders are not particular uh, able to resolution of the conflicts in the organization current scenario, but we find out in most of the industries. So, a strategy for resolving conflict and maintaining a positive work environment in the organization is also an important for each and every leaders. When we are moving forward for the leadership role, they should have understand what how we can resolve the conflicts in the organization or within the team members. So communication skills is always required for leaders, because they are not promoting themselves, they are promoting the organization. They are the representative of the organization. They are the brand ambassador of the organization. Leaders are the brand ambassador of the organization. They should have a lot of skill set. We cannot find it out that anybody can be a leader. No, leaders have required particular skills, technically or behaviorally, both, because they will represent the organization. Nobody knows that who is that person, but everybody will talk about he's from that industry, he's from that industry. This is also an important for everyone. They should have particular knowledge, skill set, some behavioral skills, communication, personality development, their emotional intelligence should be there, strategic thinking should be there. A lot of things is required for the particular leaders. If they are representing their organization, that will always major impact on the leadership of them. So communication skills is always an important for each and every leaders. If they are communicating well, they should have a lot of skills to move forward for the next role. Public speakings, they should have the techniques how to speak in the publics, how to be a good brand ambassador for the organization, how to sell a product means whatever they have, how they can sell their strategy, their thinking, their product, anything, whatever they just want to sell. Active listening skills always a major part for any leaders. That everybody said that uh, less speak, listen more. So listening skills is always important for every leaders. They should have to be understand, because whatever we have, we speak, but what we have not, we listen. Okay, so improve the listening skills. That is always part of the leaders. Then emotional intelligence, self-awareness, understanding and managing one's own emotions. That is important for leaders. Social awareness, that is recognize and understanding other emotions. That is also important, because if we understand our emotions, our thinking, our knowledge, our team, but we need to be understand the thinking and emotions of the others as well. Then relationship management, building, maintaining healthy relationship within the organization, that is also an important from within the department or apart from the department, from other department. We should have to be create healthy relationship with the organization. Then sorry, strategic thinking, what we have, we need to be think strategically in each and every roles out of the boundary. We need to be think from out of the boundaries. We need to be find it out the uh, possibilities from outside, whatever the possibilities we have, and how we can create the possibilities to do the task as well. That is also an important for the leader. Strategic thinking, what is the vision and mission for them, that is in developing and create clear vision and mission for the organization or department. Goal setting is also an important, how they are setting their goals. This is also an important part, because if they are not setting their goals aligned with the KRA of their particular managers, because KRA will be the goal of that particular role, and your goal will be the KRA of your team members. So we need to be thinking out what leaders are creating their roles. If their roles are aligned with the goals of the organization, that will be continuously improving the business of the organization. That will be help them out to be a great leader in the organization. They can help their team members, they can help to their particular department, other departments as well, if they are choosing their goals wisely. So they need to be think setting their goals, creating actionable plans to achieve that particular goals, whatever they have. Then decision making techniques is always an important part for any leader, because a lot of times they have to be taken decision wisely. They should have think twice or thrice for taking any decision. They should have to be make the perfections in that particular decision making skills, because their decision will be impact for their team and the organization value as well. Okay, so decision making is the techniques for making strategic decision based on the data and analytics what they have. They should have to be make them decision wisely. Okay, so moving forward with another soft skills trainings, what they have required is the change management. Okay, so change management is always an important. What we have, uh, we should have to be think and strategy related with defray, change, and freeze. That should be the strategy for the change management. What we had, what we had, that should be defreezed. What is the changes required? We need to be think it out. So changes will be there, then freeze their changes, whatever they had. So on the basis of the change management strategy, they can find it out changing models, a lot of changing models. They can help them out leading changes, skills, and leading managing changes within the organization as well. Resilience, building personal and organizational resilience to adapt the changes. That is also an important for them for change management. Then coaching and mentoring, whatever we have discussed already, that coaching and mentoring is always an important part to develop the leaders in the organization. Timely coaching for them, timely mentoring, and their career development plan, what we have, that is always transparent with the leaders, what we have. Okay, so coaching and mentoring timely, what the parameters we have decided, what the time frame we have decided, the coaching and mentoring is also an important. Okay, so techniques for effective coaching and providing constructive feedback is an important, and setting up participating in mentoring programs to develop their future leaders, and supporting employees in their career development and progressions as well. Okay, so this is an important, always an important for the organization, that providing their successors, providing their leaders, particular coaching, respective coaching or mentoring, that can be helpful for them to achieve their particular goals or the next role, whatever they have identified as a successor. So cultural competency, definitely cultural competency is always important. That's a diversity and inclusion in the current scenario, DEI, whatever we have heard, whatever we have find it out from the market, that's in a diversity, equity, and inclusion. Okay, so training on diversity, equity, and inclusion is always an important for the cultural competency, and cross-functional cultural communication, skills communication, and working effectively cross-cultural as well. That global leadership, that is understanding global business practices and leading international team. Okay, so they should have to be understand what is the global scenario we have currently, and how we can approach for the global market for our organization, how we can develop our strategy as the globally. They should have to be understand. Leadership development plan program should be there, executive education certification for them. That is also an important to develop their particular skills knowledge set. Soft skills, that's a short courses what we have, we can provide them to support their skills related with some executive programs. If that particular roles is required, we can help them to out that they can get the certification from that particular agencies, particular certification they should have to perform in that particular role. So we can help them out for technical or behavioral skill enhancement from that particular certification and courses. Okay, so moving forward with the another plan for the successors we have is performance monitoring and feedback, a review mechanism. What we have discussed earlier, that if everything, whatever we are doing for the successors, If monitoring and performance and feedback and review mechanism will not be there, that is the wastage of succession planning what we have. This is also important for each and every HR persons. Their monitoring the performance is always more important than the development plan of them. Without the monitoring and feedback and review mechanism, we cannot find it out what our successors are doing. Our development plan, our monetary, what we have, monetary benefits we have provided them to retain that particular talent of the organization, that is a wastage if we are not monitoring their performance, what they are doing, what they are having, how they are performing, what is the trials are saying. If there is no any review mechanism, that is the wastage of all the processes what we have done in the past. Okay, so employee self-assessment is also an important what they are doing. Successors are doing what they are doing, so that is an important part. They should have to be, they should find it out. What is this? They should have self-assessment to themselves. Apart from this, regular one-to-one meetings should be there with them, HR persons or their mentors or coaching members or their managers or their HODs should be there with them for the regular one-to-one meetings. What is the challenges they have required, they are facing out in the current scenario, what are the development plan they have in their particular mind, what they have achieved, what they have find it out one-to-one in the one-to-one meetings they should have discussed. Development centers, definitely. Development centers can help out to assessing their performance, assessing their improvement area are developing or not, what type of the review we find it out from the development center, they can help us out to monitoring the performance of the successor what we have. Okay, so succession planning softwares, what we have right now in the current scenario, lot of tools are, a lot of organizations using the lot of tools related with monitoring the performance. Their BEI type of the questions are available over there to find out what are the development plan we had, what type of the performance of them is going on right now. So performance review of them, particular criteria what we had, that 70%, 70, 20, 10 on the basis of the development plan. What is the performance of them in the current scenario for the next role? We can find it out from a lot of tools what we have in the market. Okay, so job rotation and stretch assignment, that is also important. We should have to find it out. Their jobs should be rotate, assignment should be staged, that will find out what is the performance of them in the particular assignment for that particular roles or for the next role or the next position they are having. Okay, so exit interviews and feedback from departing leaders, that is always an important. If any successor are have been identified, the exit interview is not after the resignation of them. So that is an important part when they are developing for the next role. When they are moving forward from current to next role, their exit interview should be there. The feedback department leader should be there in front of them, how they are going to be, how they are going to perform in the next role if they are happy. Okay, so next slide. Just moving forward after a review and feedback, that is the trials run and temporary assignments. Okay, so if they are moving forward with the next role, they should have setting clear objective, why they are moving forward, what is the roles is required, how they will perform, everything in stepwise they should have with their own. Their objectives should be clear for the next role. Assignment, whatever they are having, their objectives should be clear for that particular assignment, what they just wanted to do, how will do, how to perform, how to achieve that particular target, whatever they have from that particular assignment. Then monitoring and evaluation, they should have to be self assessment of their particular performance, whatever they have in the current in the temporary assignment, whatever we have provided to them, their trials are going on. So monitoring and evaluation is always an important at each and every steps of the succession planning. Okay, so regular track of the performance of potential successor in their temporary roles, whatever they have, and assignments, their KPIs, project milestones, feedback should be there. Colleagues to assess their progress. Their colleagues can assess their progress and find it out the 360-degree feedback from others as well. Okay, so feedback session to discuss their performance and challenges. Okay, provide constructive feedback and knowledge their achievements. That should be reward and recognition for them as well. If they are performing well in the particular role, whatever they have, we have given to them, we should have the reward and recognize to them. We have to recognize. Without the recognition, nobody just wanted to perform out of to go beyond the boundaries. They should have to be think beyond the boundaries. They should have to be perform outstanding for the next role. They should have to be find it out, and we have required to recognize them. Okay, if they are performing well, we need to be recognize them. Then adjustment and support, whatever the adjustment and support they have required, we should have to be understand as an HR. Okay, hold midterm reviews to assess their progress, make any necessary adjustment to the assignment or support provided if needed, provide additional resources to address any gap identified during the assignment. At the time of assignment, if they are finding any support from the side of HR, just like in a training, just like in knowledge, just like in a particular skill set, if they have required, we need to be provide them our support to them. Then will be the final evaluation of their particular assignment we had given to them, their department, organization has given to them. Final evaluation at the end of the assignment, conducted comprehensive review of the potential success or performance. Evaluation of the achievements, growth in the competencies, and overall readiness for the target role. What they have, we should have the final evaluation, and we should have to be discussed one to one with their manager and HODs as well. Okay, so decision and next step readiness assessment. That's the based on the final evaluation. Decide whatever whether the potential successor is ready for the target role or that additional development is needed. Update the career development plan with the next step, additional development needs, and potential future assignment. Okay, so this is the decision and the next step what we have, and whatever the successor we have, whatever the critical positions we have, we should have to be understand how we are providing them our support as an HR, how we are monitoring their performance, how we are creating their development plans, how we are help them out to stage their assignments, how they can perform and trials as an leaders for that particular roles. The path should be clear for succession planning, because succession planning always an important for any organization, but the strategy for the succession planning should be clear for HR fraternity, HR persons. Without clearing of the concept of the succession planning, we cannot run and it cannot be success. Okay, so moving forward with the next slide, I think. Okay, thank you so much. That was the strategy what we have required to follow, what we have to be understood that what we are going to do the succession planning in the organization. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Hridaya. That was, I think, really a nice understanding whatever the strategy and how we are going to be follow the succession planning in the organization. Thank you so much.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you so much, Shyam. It's really wonderful, and I could say enlightful sessions. Okay, so jumping right just before, of course, moving forward, I must, check the pulse right from the people. I hope, of course, you all people, enjoying the session, especially, of course, this topic is not, the piece of cake, right? To just have it right in an hour only. Obviously, of course, it's required, the multiple exercise and so on. So I'm just, binding up the session with my, closing remarks, and then look forward, right, to, take the questions, right, from everyone. So just let me share my screen, please. So what do I actually shared by Shyam, and the dot about that it's always this succession planning always start right with the step of the identification of the potential. So very well explained, right? How actually we may identify the potential. But absolutely, of course, this word is very very simple. Potential, identification of the potential, of course, having able 2 and 3 vocabulary. But if I talk about methods and methodology, no doubt about that is quite hectic. How actually it's look like, how, and of course Mr. Shyam, right, he has elaborated in detail. Okay, and of course he has also uttered about several tools and techniques like the BEI and several market consultant. They are also doing such kinds of intervention, right, to support, right, the client, right, in respect to identification of the potential, right, potential. See, when we talk about, of course, evaluation of the right potential, no doubt about that. The first and foremost, in the vital role for identification of the potential is, laying on the shoulder of, direct reporting manager. Okay, so when we talk about, of course, direct reporting manager, there a single mistake may impact badly on the performance of the organization's matter. So it's incumbent, every manager, they shouldn't be biased at the time of potential assessment of their own team. And that's why most of the time, most of the organization, they take support from the external markets. When we talk about potential, ladies and gentlemen, just a minute, please. Okay, so obviously when we talk about this is not an easy, and for that, of course, every people we must understand what the roles and responsibility, how and they may contribute in order to identifying the right talent. Because when actually the right people, they are getting grabbing the opportunity, right, for the right interventions, absolutely they may create such a miracle in the organization's matter. And ultimately, our organization is a profit entity. So no doubt about that. People are those who further grow the business. So right people at the right place, absolutely, that's create a culture of the harmony, as well as, of course, learning, as well as, of course, very vibrant across the organizations. So for that, if I talk about the potential, the manager doesn't identify, if any manager, of course, who doesn't identify correctly, the right potential, no doubt about that, of course, it is having the direct, impact on the business as well as the organizations, no doubt about that. Okay, so obviously in that case, suppose the right talent, if if the wrong talent is getting identified as a top potential, so in that case, there is a huge opportunity, there is a huge probability, right, to lose the right talent. So here, actually, when we talk about the potential, my dear, we must need to understand. So just I'm actually just concluding, right, all the sessions which is delivered by our esteemed speaker of the day, Mr. Shyam Mishra. When we talk about potential. Okay, so there are certain key attributes, of course, he has already shared. When we talk about the potential is an amalgamation of ability, agility, and aspirations. When we talk about the potential, most of the time, especially in the organization, there are the pitfalls that the people who are performing extraordinary, most of the the reporting managers or the managers, they always recommend as a high potential. But this is completely a myth or the pitfall of the organization's matter. So we as an individuals, we must calibrate first with the well understanding between performance and potential. When we talk about the potential, no doubt about it, it can be, of course, it can be inherent ability of any employee who may having the capability to take the higher responsibilities, as well as they could have the ability to manage the higher scale and the complexity of the rules. Apart from that, when we talk about the people who must be having such a great learning agility with carrying high ambitions and aspirations in their careers. So no doubt about that, when we talk about those, of course, high potentials, the people, they are really quite ambitious. They are, of course, not having any constraint in respect to mobility and so on. And being as a manager, absolutely it could be possible, right, to identify when we are having very close relations, when we are having very close dialogue with each and everyone. So here, most of the time, of course, in the organizations, of course, as I said, that is called that is a biased decisions, and how we may eliminate such kinds of the biasness. No doubt about that. There are also certain tools and techniques we will also elaborate in detail. So when we talk about the potential and performance, as Mr. Shyam Mishra, he was just elaborating quickly, of course, in a nutshell, if I talk about performance is a short term. Performance evaluation is a short term based on their current assignment or the current roles, what the people, right, who has done, who are performing. When we talk about the potential, of course, this is signifying, in the upcoming roles or aspirational role and so on. So what the people, right, who are performing in the current role, it doesn't mean that the same person, right, who may just perform same with the same efficacy and efficiency in the next roles as well. So we as an individual, we must, as Mr. Shyam Mishra has uttered one of a tool that is called trial and run methods. So of course, sometimes it's incumbent being as a leader, being as a business acumen, absolutely time to time try to give certain the key responsibilities of their aspirational role as well, or wherever we are finding this fellow will be right fit in a coming 1 year or 2 year for so and so role. So before deploying in that role, why not we may assign a certain key projects, so that this will also give us a sense how this person is performing in that particular role as well. And as well as being as a business leader, it will also support us to design their career development plan, to design their IDP, individual development plan, accordingly. So when we talk about performance, no doubt about that, most of the time, the people most of the manager, the people, they do such kinds of mistakes, like based on the current extraordinary performance, they always recommend, yes, he is also the high potential. So we as individuals, we as an HR, absolutely, we should always have a debate with those business leaders as well. Then we can create such kinds of the completely unbiased kinds of the cultures while identifying the right potentials or right talent. See, one of the best example I'd like to show here. There are three legends of our the cricket cricket world mightier. One of the person, right, he's known as, of course, god of the cricket, Sachin Tendulkar. One of course, the person, he's known as wall of the cricket, Mr. Dependent, Rahul Dravid. And second and third one, of course, how kind of person, every people, of course, they know very closely. And he's the one, right, he's the man, right, most of the people, they know that, of course, he won, of course, each and every trophy, Mahendra Singh Dhoni. Every people, if I talk about these three people, every people are having certain their track record, especially in their performance. But as soon as when Sachin Tendulkar, he got one of a responsibility, being as a captain, what is the performance and what is the result of being as a captain, or being as a captain of Rahul Dravid, or being as a captain of Mahendra Singh Dhoni. Every people, we know that. So remember, of course, I can be the extraordinary performer in my current role, in my assigned role, but it's not incumbent that every people will carry same kinds of the leadership traits or styles. These are the things actually based on that we need to identify who are the high performer and who are the high potential, and based on that amalgamation, further we may create the 9-box talent matrix, and through which matrix we may identify who are the future leader, who are the emerging performer, who are the solid citizen, or who are the high impact performers. These are the things that always support us while identifying the right talent. These are the tools that support us based on these two attributes known as performance and potential, which is also delivered by our esteemed speaker today, Mr. Shyam Mishra. We will also elaborate in detail. So no doubt, when we talk about complexity, right, the person, right, who always looks cool and calm, the person who always looks cool and calm, and he's none other than Mahendra Singh Dhoni. No doubt, every people could have a certain set of belief or the ideology. But yes, while evaluating for so and so role, we need to understand what should be the gravity of the potentials. And potential, if we talk about, absolutely in the three prospect. One is, of course, thought leadership. Second is people leadership. Third one is performance leadership. Somewhere the thought leadership gravity may go on or higher. Somewhere the people leadership may go higher. So how actually we are balancing depends upon the job roles. This is also one of the key roles, being as a manager while identifying the right talent or the right potentials. No doubt about that. When I say that the beginning, right, it is amalgamation of ability, agility, and aspirations. It is nothing basically signifying that in what what actually the ability I'm having, right, to take the next roles and so on. Ability, agility, yes, I am having such an agility, right, to learn, to hone my skills, to take up that role. And apart from that, of course, I am also, of course, having aspirations, right, to become one of a CEO or the CHRO in one of a company in the next coming 3, 4, 5 years, and so on. So those people who are having fire in their belly, obviously, those people may get identified as a high potential. But yes, all the high potential cannot be a high performers. This is also one of the fact we have to also accept it, which is also very well elaborated by our speaker, Mr. Shyam Mishra. Quickly just see, right, one of the fact of the industry, my dear, especially in respect to the performance and potential. This is, of course, one of the report actually I'm showing you. So only 1 in 7 high performer are actually the high potential. And most of the time, while evaluating our the right high pots, we always recommend that, yes, he is very close to my heart. He is very obedient. My team member, she or he is very obedient. I always recommend, of course, he is always, he could be, high or medium. Rarely we do rate, the low in the potential, my dear, because of their discipline, because of their performance, because of, yes, I know that when actually I will put, when I will rate low, absolutely she or he may get disappointed. No, we have to be completely unbiased. So this is a fact of the industry. This is a fact I'm sharing with you. So out of 7, only 1 can be the high performers, and those, sorry, and these are all the 7 are the high performers. So against that high performance of the 7 people, only the 1 people can be the high potential. Another fact is that high potential employee account for an average of 15% of company's workforce. This is also one of it, while evaluating the potential of the people, we also need to understand one of a guy, take example, Ms. Sudha, okay, she is the one, right, she's in my team, and how actually she's, if my two people, right, if my 2 people who are not in the office today, of course, that work can get hampered, or of course, Ms. Sudha can, handle those tasks as well. This is also signifying that, of course, how I am handling why on a wider scale of my own assigned role, beyond my KRA, beyond my job responsibilities and all. So based on that, we have to also identify those are the high pots. If I'm performing very well in my current assigned role, but of course I'm not looking after right and left to explore my horizon, I'm sorry to say that I can be the high performer, but I cannot be the high potential. And the third fact is that the factors for identifying the high pots, no doubt about that, you have to evaluate based on the 3 factors, which is also elaborated by Mr. Mishra, that is ability, agility, and aspiration. If someone is having high ability, but of course medium agility and medium and low aspiration, I'm sorry to say that you have to have low, you have to have rate low or medium. So balancing of ability, agility, and aspirations, and based on that, of course, we may identify the high potential. Yeah, certain methods, no doubt about that. Completely, sometimes we go for, we go with the judgmental approach. Sometimes we may go with a certain questionnaires and so on. So time to time, business to business, situation to situations, we accept the way forward approach, my dear. So what is the talent management process? What the total, the session, what you were, which is elaborated today, I'm just trying to give you in the nutshell. The session which was elaborated by our esteemed speaker, Mr. Mishra. Ladies and gentlemen, this process is always start with, the identification. First of all, of course, who are the eligible, right, for the potential assessment. If I joined, of course, 3 months before, so absolutely I cannot be the part to get identified, to get assess my potential. For assessment of any potential, it's require a certain periodic time in the company. If any new joinee, of course, who joined the company, always try to give at least 6 months, right, to perform. Minimum to minimum 6 months. Most of the company, right, they prefer, right, to give at least 1 year to make them, to bring them in a eligibility criteria. So first and foremost is that who will be in the talent potential assessment eligible people. Second, as soon as, of course, we prepared, the eligible assessment, potential for the assessment, okay, then further actually we go for the assessment. Sometimes it's happened. Most of the company, right, they never prefer, right, to bring the external expert like the consultant, because they always charge in dollars and high rupees. So it could be possible through our internal approach as well. Just a minute, please. Hi, sorry, I'm audible now. Hi, Mr. Shyam, I'm audible.
Yes, you are audible.
Perfect. So first step, actually what we did, first step, of course, we do identify, right, who are the eligible, right, to identify, to go under the assessment of potential. Okay. Second, of course, as soon as, of course, we identify the state of the people of the populations, further those people, of course, how actually we follow the approach. Yes, sometimes it's incumbent that most of the company, right, they always try to, they always prefer, right, to do they conduct, assessment inside the company. And of course, there are certain methods, of course, I will also elaborate in detail in the next session as well. How to identify the potential, what is the methods, and how actually we go forward. What's the tools and techniques? What the tool techniques, of course, which is significant more? Which are the tools that is widely acceptable, right, on a global level? So here in the assessment, if I talk about, absolutely one of our the key attributes that is known as competency. When we talk about the competency is nothing, basically amalgamation of knowledge, skills, and attitude. So it is completely, of course, coming here. So when we talk about the competency, every company are having the two set of competencies, as well as one of our behavioral competencies, and second one is technical competencies as per the job roles. And as soon as the people, and this is also filled by the managers or the reviewer managers, sometimes it's a happen because managers who do those people are working very closely. So that's why I said at the beginning, every mistake done by the managers or the reviewers, absolutely it will impact very, very, very negatively, right, on the organizational performance as well, and as well as not only performance as well as culture. Now, after completion this phase, no doubt about that, of course, we get to certain output of the potential rating. And of course, we do also receive, right, we are already having, the performance rating, of course, at our hand. So based on that, we plot the people in the 9-box. This is called 9-box matrix. This is also called talent box matrix. Okay, so here we plot the people, okay, based on the score of potential and performance. These get calibrated into the 3 scale: low, medium, and high. So low, medium, and high potential. This is the y-axis is signifying the potential, where the x-axis is signifying the performance. So this one is a low, medium, and high. This is a low potential, low, medium potential, and high potential. After that, as soon as we plot the people right in the 9-box, further for removing or eliminating the biasness, these data get validated by the talent council. Somewhere we talk about talent review council, TRC. Somewhere actually we constitute, right, 3 layers of the TRC. One is a plant level, second is a business level, third one is of course corporate level, and so on. So those people further, they do the segmentation and discuss, is the fellow is right fit, right in the right quadrant or not. So based on that, those people who fall in this top 3 quadrant, which is filled in the green color, those people, they go under the DSC, which is also well described by our esteemed speaker, Mr. Shyam Mishra. DSC stand for Development Assessment Center. And further, based on that development center, we do prepare one of a MDP, that is called Managerial Development Program, or the Management Development Program, or the IDP. Somewhere actually it is also called IDP, that is Individual Development Program. And further, those people, they undergo with the one of approach, which is also uttered like 70-20-10 principles. And further, for 1 year, Those, of course, council, of course, they review the performance and how their skills and knowledge is also grooming under, as per the IDP or the MDP. So here the role of HR is, of course, here the role of L&D, learning and development, is quite vital. So here the talent management and the learning and development, both the people, they work together to achieve the common objective to build the pool of talent in the organizations in respect to beating the scarcity of the right talent in the world. When we talk about this one, so quickly, just I'd like to just give you a brief. How many number of the people, right, they should fall in this quadrant, like 4, 1, 2. Okay, this is called future leaders. This is called emerging leader. This is called, the hyper impact performers. As I said at the beginning, right, this is, the performance. This is the potential. So here actually it is signifying that, high, medium, and low. Here actually low, medium, and high. So these people are solid contributors. These are the value talent. Of course, that is also called somewhere actually we do call, solid citizens. And here total workforce. Okay, it shouldn't be more than 15%. This is also one of a significance, my dear. When we talk about the people, right, who are falling in the 9, 7, and 8, absolutely these people, no doubt about that, these people are the future leaders. These people are the high pots. Anyhow, this will be the target of each and every HR manager, HR leader, HR key business partners. Okay, no one from this quadrant should leave your organization, because these people are the long horse of your long horse right of the journey, of the long journey. These people are the Arabic horse who are, or the brilliant mind in your organizations. They are the key business drivers. These people could be the successors. One, of course, these people, right, they are just ready to grab the opportunity. They are just ready, right, to grab the opportunity for the next roles, either horizontal or the verticals. These people, of course, require a certain time, 1 to 2 years or 2 to 3 years approx. So absolutely, these people require a certain different kinds of, the development interventions, different kinds of treatment to make them retain, to make them groom, to make them ready for the next roles. But when we talk about this one, absolutely, this fellow is also having high potential but the low performers. So how? We have to make them convert from this potential, right, to the business performance. Absolutely, it's require a certain development intervention as well. For this fellow, and this fellow, this fellow is ready to shift right here. This fellow is ready to shift here. This fellow is ready to shift here. Because although he is having very low potential, but of course he's performing most extraordinary in his current role. But if I talk about for his next role, absolutely his potential is not as much as. So no doubt we may groom them if the people are who are groomable. Okay, so that's why, of course, there is also one of a feasibility and a possibility to shift 6 to 8, 5, either 7 or 8. And the people who are falling, of course, in this red quadrant, my dear, no doubt about that, box 1. These are the low potential and the low performers. No doubt about that. We have to think about this one. Okay, this is completely, if I talk about, of course, they are the liability of the company. They are the liability of the company. Soon we have to just think, create one of a plan. But the people, right, who are falling in this category, no doubt about that, we have to prepare a certain development plan or the IDP and so on. The people, right, who are falling in this category, we also, of course, think about that. But the people, right, who are just thinking here, I'm sorry to say that, but in the box 3 or the box 2, we also need to think about that, how we can go for the double hatting, or we can go with a job enlargement, because ultimately those compensation is higher, but still, of course, they are falling in this quadrant. No doubt about that. Every year, liability of the compensation will grow. So in that case, how we can control it? It could be also one of our approach, because I know that every organization, every management, they always talk about the HR leaders as well. What is the personal cost? What is the staff cost? How actually the staff cost is increasing? These are also one of the methods through which we can enlarge the job of the people to make them fit in the organizations in respect to outlier or especially for the outliers and the people, right, who are the low liars. Absolutely, we know the different tools. So these are the things actually we need to follow for the 9 box. Okay, these are the future leaders, emerging talent, and high impact performers. No doubt about that. Of course, we always, we should take a target, try to make them engage with the company. Anyhow, no one should leave the company. This should be the key target of HR as well as business leaders. And for that, we as an individual, we need to create a separate fast track career path for especially those who are the high potential. We will elaborate in detail in our upcoming next session about how to design the fast track career path. We will also try to elaborate in detail, okay, what is the methods of SAO technique, which is basically used to identify the potential, to assess the potential. We will also touch what's the TRV process model and the methods for identifying the right potential and using this method, how this method is quite useful, especially for the succession planning. What is the role of talent council for segmentation? What is the role of talent board committee for development plan? What is the role of TRC in respect to IDP, ADC, and so on? We will also talk about in the next session, that is talent process meter. How we check the meter, how we apply the meter, how the performance meter, how the potential meter is moving on, in which directions. So this is also one of a very scientific tool we will talk about in our next session as well. Quickly, in the next session, we will also talk about fast track career path designing, how to design the fast track career path to engage the right talent, as well as to create a culture of farming in the organization, to create a culture of building the talent in the organization to beat the war of talent. At the last but not least, how we may create assessment development center within the organization, rather taking the support from the external market. Whenever actually will bring any consultant for the ADC, no doubt they will charge such a huge amount of money in rupees and dollars. So we as an individual, why not we may train our internal people, internal key resources, internal key leaders, especially how to do ADC, how to conduct ADC, what's the role of ADC members and committees. These are the things we are these are the topic we are just going to cover in the upcoming sessions, my dear. Look forward to have your the presence in the upcoming sessions. Thank you, and thank you so much. Look, I know that of course we have covered around of course 1 and 45 minutes approx. Look forward to take the questions. Over to you, Mr. Shyam Mishra, and all the participants, please. Thank you so much.
Definitely, that was a really fantastic session from the side of it there as well. Definitely, you are a good presenter related with what are the concept, what is the objective, why we need to be followed. That was really a great session from the side of you as well. And I hope all the participants have sufficient understanding to implement and whatever the strategy we need to be followed in the organization for success and planning. Definitely, that is an important part, and a lot of things have been covered by the head there as well. And how to create the talent pool, how to create the talent pipeline, how without any favoritism, how to identify the potential as well. Because that is an important for each and every HR, that favoritism cannot be there in any organization while we are identifying the performance and potential of any talent, because that will be really cannot be good for any talent if they have the sufficient talent and cannot be find it out in a talent due to this favoritism. So every HR should have to be biggest step against this. It is required without any favoritism or biasm. That is required to find it out the talent in the organization, because that will be actually help out to grow the organization. So definitely that was a great session. If anybody have the questions, definitely they can ask over here from Hilda or me.
I request
Anybody
your post,
over
I think one of our member, Miss Tina Thapa, she is also right in this call. So request right how Tina, how actually talent management are getting used right in your organization. She is from the BSCS Power and heading the talent management and OD. So over to you, Tina, if you could also share your ideology as well among
I'm
this.
sorry,
CEO
Hriday, I missed the beginning of your question. Can you please
As you are also heading, the talent management and OD, right, in your organizations, like you are representing here, right, from the BSCS Power. Although, of course, it is, providing, the electricity, right, to entire, daily NCR and all. So thank you so much. And look forward, right, to understand, right, your, keynotes or how actually, this talent identification and succession planning running in your organizations. Over to you, please.
Thank you, Hriday, so much. Yes, I would say that we are in the beginning of this transition right now, and we have just started the journey. We had just initiated the journey because we have the manpower, which you can say, which is a legacy-driven organization. But yes, we also are trying our level best to be in pace with the world, and we are doing good. And we have identified the talent. We have undergone the assessment centers through the renowned institutions, and now our development journey is on the way, and this is for almost a 2 years development journey, I would say. We have curated for all our talent pool employees, so we are very happy to take it forward, and we are getting very positive feedback for the last 3 to 4 months.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you so much. And look forward, right, to hear you, right, in the next upcoming session as well, right, and share your expertise as you are carrying, exposure and experience, right, of the various organizations like MNC as well, of course, Aditya Birla and so on. So obviously, Aditya Birla is also known for, the best HR practices. So look forward, right, to, your, some session, right, in upcoming session as well. Thank you so much, Tina
Sure.
Thapa,
Thank you
for
so much.
sharing your ideology. Thank you. Okay, one of the questions, right, that is came in the chat box, which is shared by Darshi. So, mentioning that can a small firm also adapt succession planning? Can a small firm also adapt succession planning, or it is applicable to huge organization only? श्याम, over to you, please. क्या छोटी भी कंपनी सक्सेशन प्लानिंग अडॉप्ट कर सकती है या सिर्फ बड़ी कंपनी के लिए है?
Yeah, definitely. Succession planning is not only identified process, not only a stimulation process for any organization. We can find it out. We can do it by from our HR. To be an HR, we should have understand who are the talent of our organization. If any organization have 10 or 20 peoples, they should have understand their 2 or 3 persons are the criticals, because every organization, small to biggest organization, from MNC to Indian small startups, each and every organization have certain critical position which will be direct impact on their particular business. So first, succession planning should be, we should have understand that succession planning is only for the critical positions. If any organization have 5 positions, we can find it out one position can be the critical for that organization. And any position can be the critical, but minimum one position will be the critical for that organization. So we should have understand, we should have find it out that succession planning is not only for the big organization, that can be used, that can be implemented for each and every organization from startup to MNCs. Thank you.
Very well said. Thank you so much, Mr. Mishra. Very well said. Yes, wherever actually the people are having such a huge impact on the business. Okay, so absolutely, there the succession planning is requisite. So either a small, medium, or large. Okay, so we do prepare, right, one of our the key metrics as well. I missed out, right, so I will elaborate in detail in the next session. Okay, that is called risk retention matrix. Okay, in this matrix, we analyze that which are the resource, who are the resource, right, having a high impact on the business as well as high risk of retention. So those people who are having high impact of the business as well as high impact of the retention, high risk of retention as well, especially those people, they always should on the top priority to create a successor, either small, medium, or high. So thank you so much, Darshi. I do believe this we could have answered your query, please. Okay, great. Quickly, just I give you right one of information about the upcoming session. All of course I have just shared with you all people Thank you so much, Darshi. Thank you so much for your comment right in the chat. Thank you. I look forward to have your presence as well. Even as I said at the beginning, dear all HR professionals, I know that of course you all people are from the HR. Although of course it is a community of only the HR people. Whereas I'm heading the group learning and development from the Spark window. I'm carrying experience right from the IBM, then Hero and others. Although of course if I talk about today's speaker, Shyam Mishra, he's also he's also having carrying experience right with the various companies like JVM, then the Wondrous Event, then one of a company Mahale, then and one of a tire company that was that's a company's Bridgestone. Okay, so obviously thank you so much, Mr. Mishra. I expect right everyone right who are a part of this session today. I request everyone you can be also please share your expertise and look forward right to listen to you, because listening is a way right with listening of others is a way to hone our skills right from each other. We as an individuals, we should do something right for the HR fraternity, because whatever we are today, whatever if our family is running today, no doubt about that, we must feel blessed right to be in the HR fraternity. So although the people right who are just away right from the market, no doubt about that, we together are having this equal responsibility to bring them on the common platform, to make them groom right about the upcoming the market trend, the HR practices, best HR practices, and together we can. This is the objective behind this COP HR. So look forward and please keep sharing right in this chat box. Apart from that, whatever the session we have delivered today right on this succession planning, no doubt about that this video was recorded, and soon the recording of this video will also get shared with you all. Apart from that, post training content which is also delivered today, no doubt about that this content will be also shared with you all. And no doubt for this complete show, we must congratulate and we must say thanks to Mr. Shyam Sundar. He is the one, right? His success behind this, complete, I could say, the story of this show today. And he's the one, right, who was well connected with you all. He is the man, right? He is also heading one of our HR. Well, he is also, of course, he is the one, right? He is heading HR of one of our organizations, carrying such a rich experience. Of course, he has worked with the IBM, then of course, iGate, and so on. So although, of course, these people are just working with a selfless respect, right, to our society, that is HR fraternity, no doubt about that. Our approach is not, of course, we are not working just like as an agency. Absolutely, we are having only and only common objective is that under the leadership and the mentorship of our, those prolific HR leaders like the CEO and CHRO of various organizations. So the nominal amount, of course, I think, Shyam Sundarji has, taken it, and he has proposed, because only the serious people, they may join this, this learning sessions. This is the objective behind the same. Apart from that, how this learned competency may get multifolded right in our upcoming the roles and in the next assignments. So this is also one of the key responsibilities. Thank you so much. I do believe that of course you could have enjoyed the session. If you like the session, please in the chat box, please say please rate your 1 to 5. Yeah, please say hi, excellent, good, very good, poor, bad, and so on. This will always support us, help us, and as well as please also say right your interest of the topic, so that we will bring right the next topic right accordingly. No doubt about that. This is the era of talent management. When I talk about at the beginning, of course, the world is having such a huge scarcity of right talent. So absolutely, with that considerations, we took one of our topic, that is a talent management, where the succession planning was first and foremost topic. So that's why. Thank you so much, guys. If whatever the topic you do believe you want to get it attended in this session, as well as please also you may recommend the people, especially those people who are just pursuing MBA or who have just passed out the MBA. No doubt for those people, no doubt industries is having such an expectation that the people they may carry ready-made the competencies. So especially those people who are just MBA, just passed out MBA or the pursuing MBA, please try to communicate those people, try to bring them so that they must get ready before entering in the corporate world with the requisite or required skill set what the organization is looking for. Thank you so much, Shyam. Thank you so much, Shyam, both Shyam Sundar and Shyam Mishra. Thank you so much, Tina. Thank you so much, Binal. Thank you so much, Darshi, thank you so much. Diksha, thank you so much. One of people, right, who joined from iPhone. So I'm sorry, I'm unable to, see your name. Thank you so much. Parmeshwarji, thank you. Thank you so much. Priya, thank you so much. Rakesh, thank you so much. Shekhar, thank you so much. Uh, yeah, Vaidehi, thank you so much. Vijay, wonderful, pleasant talking to you today. And look forward. I keep learning, keep participating. One of the people, right, who joined with the Vivo. So I'm sorry, unable to, see your name. So sorry. But I know that you all people could have enjoyed the session. Yes, succession planning is a, very lengthy topic. But yes, having need of the organizations. So whenever actually you require any kinds of support in future regarding any forms and formats, how to apply, how to deploy, and so on, please immediately you may connect us anytime. We are here to support you. And we always try to bring in this platform, especially those subject matter experts, those who are having such a command on so and so topic. Only those people, they will deliver so and so their exposure and experience as well as command on that particular topic. Thank you so much. Bye bye, have a good day.
Thank you so much to all.
Shyam,
Thank you, Vidya, for your
Shyam
fantastic
Sundarji would like to share anything, so please. I'm so sorry I missed it. So I must say thank you so much to you, right, for bringing this platform. And being as a head HR, I know that how you are occupied, right, in your current role. But on Sunday especially, I know that of course Sunday is a day, right, for the family, the people they always try to spare. Over to you, Shyam Sundarji, please. Unable to hear you, Shyam. Your microphone is mute. Thank you so much, Rakesh ji. Thank you. Thank you so much, Diksha. Thank you so much. Shukriya. Thank you. Super. So such kinds of the feedback, motivate us a lot. Thank you so much. Okay, I think of course Shyam is having some technical glitches. So thank you so much. Look forward to see you in the next session. So please keep learning and enjoy your day. Happy weekend. Thank you so much. Bye bye. Have a good day. Thanks.
Good day. Thank you to all.